back once again, y'all. Salvation is the essence of my people way down in the ground because of love.
Shemai Israel with the real singers I call. Bring
You
it.
are my God, you are my King, and never will I let you go.
Never will I let you go. Never, ever, ever, ever will I let you
You
go.
are my God, you are my God, you are my King, and never will I let you go.
Never will I let you go. Never, ever, ever, ever will I let you go.
Salvation is all we need to take it to a level where we'll succeed. So break it down. So I teach you to break it down. On my soul shade. Salvation from the Lord above made me grab my keys for shots because of love. You are my God. You are my King. And never will I let you go.
Never will I let you go. Never, ever, ever, ever will I let you
You
go.
are my God.
You are my God.
You are my King. Never will I let you go.
Never will I let you go. Never, ever, ever, ever will I let you go. What?
Salvation from the criminal world, the gangster world, wicked world, God will destroy. In this time, He will destroy. Now, on my soul, say, salvation from the Lord of hosts, His sons and daughters from coast to coast. I know. You are my God. You are my God. You are my King. You are my King. Never will I let you go.
Never will I let you go. Never, ever, ever, ever will I let you
You
go.
are my God.
You are my God.
You are my King, and He is one.
Number one with the bullet, y'all.
These cities can't shut us down. These cities can't hold us down. We got to live it up. We got to build it up. Somebody take my hand, my hand. Somebody be my blood, my blood. Somebody be my soul, my soul. Hold your fire, angel.
Salvation.
I will never let you go. You are my God. You are my God. You are my King. And never will I let you go.
Never will I let you go. Never, ever, ever, ever will I let you
Salvation. You are my God. You are my King. And never will I let you go.
Never let you go. Never, ever let you go.
You are my God. You are my King. And never will I let you go.
Never will I let you go. Never, ever, ever, ever will I let you go.
You are my God. You are my King. And never will I let you go.
Never let you go. I said, I never let you
You
go.
are my God. You are my King.
I said I never, ever, ever, ever let you go. Dedicated to the God of creation, salvation, for a new elevation in the nation. Shema Yisrael, Volume 4, bringing it back once again. SOG, Sons of God, Daughters of Zion, bringing it back. This is soldier style, bringing it back for the people, for the nation. It's time to unify, not the separation, because it's never gonna bring us back, y'all. Salvation, elevation, bring to a new creation, a new generation, sophistication, whatever you wanna say. Yeah, I said I'm bringing it like that, Shari. Don't hold me back. Don't hold me back, cause I'm feeling this right now. You know what I'm saying? All the nation gotta bring it back together. You know what I'm saying? South America, Philly, Georgia, New York, wherever you from, you gotta bring it back again together, Yisrael, because that's the only way we gonna build.
Praise God. And that brother said a very poignant statement in that lovely song. We have to bring it back together. My name is Yamsuf Arif. My brother Cottrell in New York City, friend, fellow elder, and elder on the Council of the Nation. And the administrator of show, Sister Nasanya, my HR, are here today to bring you lessons for the day. So you see on the Real Talk for Real People study show, it is not a place where you argue, fuss, cuss, and fight, and name call, and try to show how smart you are. This is a show where you humble yourselves, and you allow wisdom and understanding to dictate your actions and control your tongues. And also, it's a show where we praise the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom we study on the show. Along with that, we keep our eye on our people and a pulse on our enemies. So, before we get started in our studies tonight, I'd like to inform you that we'll be studying in the second book of Maccabees, chapter 10, leading up to studies. Brother Cartwright, my dear friend and brother from New York City, will be ending the studies in the second book of Jonah. Jonah, not Jonah. We didn't use J. Jonah, the prophet. Along with that, I will be giving my Thanksgiving prayer to the Most High for giving me the opportunity to come back to study with you on the Real Talk for Real People show. Because, truth be told, the evidence speaks for itself. We need all the studies we can get and then more. Praise the Most High. So, I want to make mention of something before I introduce Sister Nasanya, my Isho, and the administrator of the show, and Brother Cartier, my friend and brother and fellow elder on the council of the nation. First, I want to give thanks to the Most High. And then I'd like to make some comments on current events. God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all praise and glory be unto your name. I thank you, Most High, for every aspect and a component of my life. I thank you, Most High, for my health. I thank you, Most High, for my family. I thank you, Most High, for my friends. I thank you, Most High, for the opportunity to have my soul restored for your name's sake. I thank you, Most High, for wisdom and understanding. I thank you, Most High, for humility. I thank you, Most High, for mercy and compassion. All praise and glory be unto your name. But let me make some comments about ongoing subject matters. A lot of you simply like to put the onus on universal white race supremacy. And whatever matter, a position Donald Trump plays in this, I don't know, the Most High knows. But the onus simply doesn't lie at the foot of universal white race supremacy, the last kingdom, and of Donald Trump or any other, as far as that is concerned. It lies at our feet. Why, you may ask? Study our ancient ones. Study our contemporary ones, and you will get a clue. You see, we are prone to simply gather ourselves together, not for the right reason, as the Most High has indicated, but for everything else but the right thing. We're gathered for a football game. We're gathered for a basketball game. We're gathered to go out and party. We're gathered to go out and fight. We're gathered to go out and fuss. We're gathered to go out and cuss. We're gathered just to gather for the sake of gathering before you gathered before. But we're not gathering, as the Most High has indicated, under his auspices and our control. That's the reason why I say the universal white race supremacy in itself, and of Donald Trump, is not the problem. Fear not, as the Most High says. But the problem lies at our feet, because we refuse to do what the Most High says, when he says, and how he says, and we simply want to lean to our own understanding. How's that working out for us? Look at the evidence. Turn on your local, national, or international stations. You'll see. Because we refuse, we're still stiff-necked and stubborn. We want to get it from the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, Black Lives Matter Party. Any kind of party we can find together, we'll gather and try to get solutions from them. Whoever places in this situation is the only entity that can get us out of this situation. That's by virtue of your studies. Yum Soup can't tell you. Catriel can't tell you. Nasanya can't tell you. You had to do your due diligence studies for yourself, each one of you. Praise the Most High. So without further ado, I'm going to ask Sister Nasanya to come on and introduce herself and says shalom, hello, or whatever she feels free to speak in this regard. Nasanya, you have the mic. May the Most High bless you.
Thank you so much, Yamsuf. Shalom, shalom, family. All praises to the Holy One of Israel. I'm so happy to be back. So happy to be back. All praises.
Thank you, Nasanya. All praises. Brother Cottrell, you have the mic. Your mic is hot.
Shalom, shalom, family. Bless Yah, oh my soul, and all that's within me. Bless his holy name. All praise, honor, and glory to the Holy One of Yisrael. Giving him thanks and praise, honor, and glory for all that he does for us. Thanking him for all things and everything. Brother Yamsu Fari, Sister Nasanya, how y'all doing? And
If I may speak for Nasanya and I, and you know she's going to say something also. We're doing rather well, my brother. Thank you for asking. And may we ask the same of your Ishar and your family.
You're doing well, praise Yah.
Praise Yah, brother.
Yes, sir. Yep. And like you said, Yamsu, Most High told us not to fear. Fear not, because he's with us. And as we read the book of Maccabees, they was facing more horrendous conditions than we were. They had the sword at their neck, and they had to fight back. We ain't quite at that point, but we may have to come to that.
Exactly, Brother Cottrell. And the Most High has mentioned that all the time. We would be negligent as elders of the nation to not remind our brothers and sisters. You're worried about what Donald Trump going to do in this regard, that regard, and so on and so forth. Fear not. The Most High is in charge. Praise the Most High. Thank you, Brother Cottrell.
All praises.
So without further ado, we're getting to our studies in the second book of Maccabees, chapter 10. After we finish with this book of Maccabees, I will proceed to the book of Queen Esther, another captivity we were under. Quite different than this one. Maccabeus and his companions, under Yah's guidance, restored the temple and the city and pulled down the altars erected by the foreigners, the Greeks, in the marketplace, as well as the shrines, their shrines, the Greek shrines. They purified the sanctuary and built another altar relative to our sacrifices. Then, striking fire from flints and using this fire, they offered the first sacrifice for 2 years, burning incense, lighting the lamps, and setting out the loaves of bread. Verse 4. When they had done this, prostrating themselves on the ground, they implored the Elohim never again to let them fall into such adversity. We should be doing the very same thing, truth be told. But if they should ever sin, to correct them with moderation. A lot of us don't want to be corrected. That's our problem. Not in any form. And not to deliver them over to the blasphemous and barbarous nations, which we seem to be under in this modern day captivity. Verse 5, to this day of the purification of the temple, this day of the purification of the temple fell on the very day on which the temple had been profaned by the foreigners, the Greeks per se, and their allies. The 25th day of the month of Sheves. Verse 6, our brothers and sisters, relative to that, they kept 8 festival days with rejoicing in the manner of the Feast of the Shelter of Booths, the Feast of the Booths. Remember how, not long before then, at the time of the Feast of the Shelter, one and the same, the Booths, they had been living in the mountains and they were happy, they were elated. Before that, they had been living in the mountains and caverns like wild beasts. Verse 7, then carrying thyrsus, a flower type thing, and leafy boughs and palms, they offered hymns to him who, Yah, who had brought the cleansing of his own holy place to a happy outcome. Verse 8, they also decreed by public edict, ratified by vote, that the whole Yehudite nation, there's no such thing as Yehudite nation, it's the nation of Israel. You see, the translators, they translated this incorrectly, so you need to be cognizant of your studies and who the translators were. And so yes, go ahead, Brother Cottrell.
The nation was divided,
right,
by the 10 tribes,
right,
and the tribe of Yehuda.
right.
We became 2 nations.
Mm-hmm.
So the nation of Yehuda was a nation.
Okay. I stand corrected, my dear brother. Thank you for the clarification. And you're quite correct. That's why we need all hands on deck and each other. Not ego run amok. That's what's wrong with some of us, Brother Cottrell. You can't correct none of us. What you telling me that for? See, our thinkers are broken, Brother Cottrell. Somebody needs to inform you, because we're trying to inform you. Thank you, Brother Cottrell. Very appreciative.
No doubt.
Thank you, brother. Nation should celebrate those days every year. Verse 9. Such were the circumstances attending the death of Antiochus, this Greek, style named Epiphanes, this Greek, one and the same. Our task now is to unfold the history of Antiochus Epiphanes, his son of this Epiphanes, his son of Epiphanes, the son of that godless man, and briefly to relate the evil effects of the war. Verse 11, on coming to the throne, his son, the prince put at the head of affairs Lysias, this Greek, the general officer commanding Syria and Phoenicia. Verse 12, whereas Ptolemy, this Greek known as Marcon, and the first person to govern the Yehudites justly, he treated us fairly, as they said. And well, I said fair treatment don't govern us. That's the fair treatment. I don't know how they saw fair as to be in control of people. Don't want you in control of them. That's not fair. I got it. They felt it based upon their perspective. But I'd rather ask from the perspective of our brothers and sisters how they saw the treatment. Had done to best govern them peacefully, basically to social engineer and condition them and program them to make up the wrongs inflicted on them in the past. Oh, forget about y'all. That's basically the same thing we're under. Verse 13, denounced in consequence to Epiphanes by the friends of the king. They denounced this guy to this prince. And this guy heard himself, Marcon, heard himself called a traitor at every turn, just for simply treating us right. You know, and that's true. What they call him now? Hater? Things hadn't changed that much. Give us a name, subscribe it to us. And if people treat us right, they call them each other name calling, call them the N-word hater. Things hadn't changed very much, had they? For having abandoned Cyprus, which had been entrusted to him by Philometor, for having gone over to Antiochus, his father, Epiphanes, and for having shed no luster on his illustrious office. He didn't shine in the office, so to speak. So as a result, he committed suicide by poisoning himself. This Greek, because they put him down for treat us okay, I guess. If you, just like in this captivity, before the Civil War, and after the Civil War, when it was so-called when they felt they treated us nicely, when they didn't lynch us when they felt like it, and they felt that was okay. That was going back to the good old days. But as I said, as far as our ancients are concerned, as far as our contemporaries are concerned, ask them. Don't ask the enemy how their treatment of us is seen, certainly not in ancient time nor in modern times. And for having shed no light on his illustrious offer, he committed suicide by poisoning himself. Verse 14, Gorgias, this Greek, now became general of the area. He may obtain a force of mercenaries and continue a state of war with the Yehudites. He kept up the heat. At the same time, the Edomites, you heard about him, like Herod the so-called great. And you know why? By virtue of Herod came so-called great and over our brothers and sisters. Who placed him in that position? Herod the Great, whom they speak about in the New Thing. These Edomites, what are they? Edomites. Our brothers, Esau. They've always shown up, haven't they? Shown out. Always conspired with the enemy against us, our brothers, who controlled important fortresses, were harassing the Yahudites. They still do. Welcoming outlaws from Jerusalem, renegades, and endeavoring to maintain a state. They wanted to keep war. A lot of, even in this contemporary time, they think the war is over with. The war ain't never been over with. Nobody signed a peace treaty with us. Nobody gave us back our land. Nobody gave us back our names. Nobody gave us back things related to the temple. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm sure if you are a person that loves the Most High with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and your brothers and sisters as yourselves, I'm sure you subscribe to the same feelings. But they maintained a state of war. It was a constant. It was a conspiracy. It was ongoing. It still is. Verse 16. Maccabeus and his men, after making public supplication to Yah, which we should do. As a matter of fact, we do every month. First Friday of every month, starting sundown to sunset Saturday, we make entreaties to Yah to support us, as they did, entreated him to support them, us. Beginning operation against the Edomites, Edom, Esau, fortresses. Verse 17. Vigorously pressing home their attack, they seized possession of these vantage points. Beating of all who fought on the ramparts, they slaughtered all who fell into their hands, according counted for no fewer than 20,000. 9,000 took refuge in two exceptional strong towers with everything they needed to withstand a siege. Verse 19, whereupon Maccabeus, Yehudas, left Simeon, his brother, and Joseph with Zacchaeus and his forces, in sufficient numbers to besiege them, and himself went off to other places requiring his attention. Verse 20, but Simeon's men were greedy. We always got brothers and sisters among us. Don't let it skip your studies here. We don't study to get a warm, fuzzy feeling and to be emotional. We study to get facts, the who, what, where, when, and how, and so on and so forth, to find out what mistakes we made to get our ancients in trouble. And certainly in our regard, contemporary speaking, the same thing applies. But Simeon's men were greedy for money, allowed themselves to be bribed by some of the men in the towns, the Edomites, our brothers, accepting 70,000 drachmas. They let a number of them escape. Verse 21. When Maccabeus, Yehudas, was told what had happened, he summoned the people's commanders and accused the offenders of having sold their brothers for money by releasing their enemies to fight them. And what did he do? You can't play patty cake bakers, man, sometime. As in the case of Yehudas, what we're doing is serious, and what we're about is serious, and who we are is serious, and certainly the Most High is serious. Verse 20, having executed them as traitors, renegades, he had once proceeded to capture both towns, my brothers, Edom. Successful in all that he undertook by force of arms in these two fortresses, he slaughtered more than 20,000 men. Verse 24, Timotheus, this Greek, who had been beaten by the Yehudites once before, they never quit. Just like Donald Trump. I didn't win the next time, I got you this time. So to speak, you got to understand that mindset. It hadn't changed from historical times, and certainly in these modern times, these contemporary times. Now, an enormous force of mercenaries, mustering cavalry from Asia in considerable numbers, soon appeared in Judea, expected to conquer it by force of arms. Verse 25. At this approach, Maccabeus, Yehudas, and his men made their supplication to who? To the Democratic Party, Republican Party, Black Lives Matter, or to the Greek Party, or the Greek sorority, like some of you subscribe to now. Made their supplication to Yah, sprinkling earth on their heads and putting sackcloth around their waist. They humble themselves. Verse 26. prostrating themselves on the terrace below the altar. What did they do? What we should do in this modern day captivity. They begged him to support them and show himself the enemy of their enemies. Show himself the enemy of our enemies. The adversary of their adversaries. As the law clearly states. That's if you're following the Most High word. Verse 27. After these prayers, they armed themselves and advanced, and they fell distant from the city, halting when they were close to the enemy. Verse 28. As the first light of dawn began to spread, two sides joined battle. The one having as their pledge of success and victory, not only their own valor, but their recourse, their relationship with the Elohim. The other, making their own adore, their mainstay, their own get up and get them. They said, we don't need no Yah, we don't need nobody. We're gonna put the metal to the pedal on those Hebrew Israelites. We simply are standing on our own. We got manpower, we got military power, we got numbers. We're gonna get them. And so in verse 29, when the battle was at its height, the enemy saw, what did they saw? Because these brothers and sisters asked the Most High for their help. And what did our enemy saw? They saw 5 magnificent men, angels, appear from the heaven on horses with golden bridles and put themselves in the head of the Yehudites. Surrounding Maccabees Yehudis, these angels, and screening him with their own armor, these angels, they kept him unscathed while they rained arrows and thunderbolts on the enemy. Until, blinded and confused our enemies, they scattered in complete disorder. That's why it's paramount that we have the assistance of the Most High. Praise His blessed and holy name. 20,500 infantry and 600 cavalry were slaughtered as a result of these angels. Timotheus, this Greek, himself fled to a strongly guarded citadel called Geyser, where Sharia was in command, this other Greek. For 4 days, Maccabeus, Yehudis, and his men, this Hebrew Israelite, and his men eagerly besieged the fortress, trying to get at him. Verse 34. While the defenders, these Greeks and their allies, confident in the security of the place, here they don't quit. Here are fearful blasphemies and godless insults at them. So if they're calling you the N-word and they're talking about you and that, this, that, and other, don't let it faze you. It doesn't faze young Sue. I told my Esau one time. I was telling her something, and I said it in jest. I said, we are too emotional about words. Words that your enemy has designed to insult, belittle, and denigrate you. And matter of fact, you use it to show love for one another. And we get upset and all irate, thrown out. It's just the word from your enemies. Words from our enemies shouldn't matter because it don't mean anything. Because they're not going to tell you anything of your benefit to build you up and so on and so forth, be that as it may. And I told Nasanya, I said, Nasanya, I tried to align and connect myself to the Most High so much that if it was a gang of universal white race supremacists and they were insulting me, calling me the N-word and so on and so forth, I wouldn't get up, fight them and cuss them out and so on. I go about my business. As a matter of fact, if I was working in a warehouse full of them, and they would call me that insulting word, in this, in that, in the morning, in at night, in on Monday, in on Sunday. When you're in, you're in, and when you ain't in, you're gonna be in. That kind of usage of that word. I would pretend like I didn't hear them speaking, because certainly they're not talking about me, and certainly they're not talking about you, unless you allow that word to have that ill effect upon you. That's not what you are. You're a precious child of the Most High. So don't denigrate yourself to respond to such cruel and coarse language. And I told Nasanya, they would be saying, in this, in that. I'm gonna end you too. And I would just mind my business and pretend as if I didn't hear them. As long as they didn't put their hand on me, I was good. And they'd run up to my face. One of them probably slide away, run up to me. Hey, did you hear them folk calling you anywhere? I said, well, and he called me one too, probably. Several more along with him. He said, you didn't hear them folk call you the N-word? I said, well, my response, I told him, Sonia, my response would be so intelligent that I would throw him. I said, well, I heard him calling the N-word. And I was looking for the N too, because I've never had the pleasure of meeting one all of my life. I'm 68 years old now. I've never had the pleasure of meeting an N. So I was looking for the N also. And so that's the way I would have left the matter. I don't try to get turned out by words, especially of my enemies, certainly in regards to verse 34. It didn't seem to have an effect upon our brothers and our sisters, these blasphemies and godless insults on them. Verse 35, at the daybreak on the 5th day, 20,000 men of Maccabeus, Judas forces fired with indignation at the blasphemers, because there's a time and place for everything. Manly assaulted the wall with wild courage, cutting down everyone they encountered. Verse 36, others in a similar scaling operation took the defenders in the rear and set fire to the towers, lighting prairies on which they burned the blasphemers alive. The first, meanwhile, breaking open the gates, let the rest of the army in, and at their head captured the town. Verse 37, Timotheus, this Greek, had hidden in a storage well, but they killed him with his brother Charias, this Greek, and Apollophanes, this Greek. And in the last verse, when all this was over, what did they do? What would we should do with all these N-word that, N-word that, N-word all over the place? And like I said, we have been so socially engineered in our condition. We have utilized the use of the N-word and tried to make it a term of endearment. How insulting. What did we do? With hymns and thanksgiving, they blessed the Elohim, who had shown such kindness to Israel and given them the victory. Praise Yah, self-explanatory, and bless his holy name. So without further ado, I'm going to ask Nasanya, do she have any commentaries? And so what? If not, I'm going to ask Brother Cartier, and then we'll proceed to the last segment of studying the book of Jonas. Praise Yah. Nasanya, may the Most High bless you. Esau, you have the mic.
No, sir, I have no comments. Go ahead.
Thank you, Nasanya. Brother Cartier, may the Most High bless you, brother. Your mic is high. Shalom.
All praise to the Holy One of Israel. Another amazing story in our history of the Maccabees. I think you told this story before in Maccabees 1, but It's like the book of Chronicles and Kings. They give you more detail in one book than they do in another.
Exactly.
But we could see that Judas Maccabee and the host that he was fighting with did give deference to the Most High. They didn't just go into the battle willy-nilly. They made their prayers. They waited for Yah to instruct them. And even though Yah had cursed us, he sent them assistance. 5, what do you call them? Magnificent men.
Right.
Riding on horses. I didn't know angels rode horses, man. With golden, what they had on go? Golden vestment.
Bridles.
Ooh-wee.
Golden bridles.
Imagine that sight, seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they still exist. But
exactly.
We see the Maccabees did follow the codes. They went to Yah first, and Yah gave them the victory, and they followed the code again by giving Yah thanks and praise. Matter of fact, you could tell it was our people, because every time we get a victory, we sing a song about it. Want to hear? Here you go.
Exactly.
Yep.
Praise the Most High.
Praise Yah.
Well, Brother Cartier, thank you for those comments. And fellow students.
Oh, just one more thing, Yamsu.
Yes, go ahead, brother.
we can see how intricately involved our brother Esau, Edom, was with the Greco-Roman Empire.
Exactly.
They kind of have free reign to do what they wanted to do against the tribe of Yehuda, which is why when we read the book of Obadiah, the Most High blast them for being our brother and pointing us out and harassing us and joining forces with our enemy. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. And they still are, Brother Cartier, in his last peace. They still are.
That war been going on since Jacob and Esau was in their mother's womb.
Exactly.
So this is an ancient fight.
Exactly.
And we still up in it.
Praise Yah. We certainly are, Brother Cartier. We certainly are. Thank you, Brother Cartier. Fellow students, Brother Cartier is about to lead us to the final study for the book. And Yonah, chapter 2, Yonah's prayer and deliverance. Chapter 2, from the whale's belly. Quite short and sweet and straight to the point. Praise Yah, Brother Cartier. You have the mic.
Well, praise to the Holy One of Israel for the great prophet Yonah. And we know what his name means. It means dove. Because he tried to run for the Most High, but the Most High was with him the whole time.
Exactly.
Yonah. He's in the belly of the fish how long?
Well, 3 days, wasn't
he? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's like the last time we had a class, right? Friday.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's how long he was in that fish. Since the last time we had a class.
Exactly.
But chapter 2 lets us know what he did while he was in the belly of the fish. It says, then Yah ordained that a large fish would swallow Yonah. And he remained in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. Woo-wee. Then from the belly of the fish, Yonah offered this prayer to Yah, his Elohim. In my distress, I called to Yah, and he answered me. From the belly of the netherworld, I cried out for help, and you heard my voice. He going into the codes. When you're in trouble, we're supposed to do? Turn to Yah, first and foremost. First, you cast me into the deep, into the heart of the sea, and the flood enveloped me. Yeah, because you was running away, and I wasn't going to let you go. All your waves and all your billows swept me over. Then I thought, I have been banished from your sight. Will I ever be allowed again to look upon your holy temple? The waters around me rose upon my neck, and the deep was closing around me. Seaweed was twined around my head. Down I plunged into the roots of the mountains, sinking into another world, whose bars would imprison me forever. But you brought me up alive from the pit, oh my Yah, my Elohim, as my life was ebbing away. I remember Yah, and my prayer reached you in your holy temple. Those who worship false gods abandon the source of their mercy. But I, with hymns of praise, they go to songs that Israel sings, will offer sacrifices to you. What I have vowed, I will fulfill. Salvation comes from Yah. Then in response to a command from Yah, the fish spewed Yonah out upon the land. So we could see that even Yonah knew the codes to follow in order to get out of his dire situation. And it's a pattern that Yah is showing us. I'm going to put adversity on y'all, but you better call on me in order for me to deliver you. And unfortunately, we are like a lot like Yonah. We want to run away from Yah. We don't want to do what Yah told us to do. But you can't go nowhere where the Most High is not. And he sees everything that we do. As a matter of fact, he prepared that fish because he knew Yonah was going to jump into the sea. But the impact that he had, even on the boat that he was on, caused the people on the boat to even worship Yah. So the fact that Yah was with him, Ruach was on him, anybody he came in contact with was going to give deference to the Most High because he is a prophet. All praise to the Holy One of Israel, or even the story of Yonah. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. Thank you, Brother Contrell. Simple. Cause and effect. Cause and effect is just as simple. You can run from the Most High, but you can't hide. Sister Nasanya, Brother Contrell and I, we've done our due diligence for the day. We brought to you your lesson for the day. But you have to do something for yourselves. It's incumbent upon each of you to do your due diligence, your moral obligation, which is to heed the word of the Most High, to meditate on it, to rely on it, to trust in it. Cartrell can't do that for you. The Sonya can't do that for you. You have to do it for yourselves individually. That being said, the Most High word is going to work in spite of us, and irregardless of us. But individually speaking, it'll work for you if you work it, you utilize it, and then you learn to gather yourselves together. Not gather yourself together doing anything and everything, whatever you feel like doing, but gathering yourself together under the auspices and formation of the Most High. That being said, I will ask Lasagna to close out, then I will ask Brother Cartrell to close us all the way out. We love you. May the Most High bless you. Lasagna, you have the mic.
Shalom and good night.
Brother Cartrell, you have the mic.
All praise to the Holy One in Israel, for his loving kindness and his tender mercies and allowing us to bring his word to the world. May the words of our mouth and the meditations of our heart be acceptable to him, our Father, our King, our Rock, and our Redeemer. And may he bless us while we're absent one from another. We love y'all. Shalom and good night.
If I had a chance to go home again, I swear, Lord, yes, I swear, I would do right. If I had a chance to go home again, I swear, Lord, yes, I swear, I would be good this time. I would swim the Atlantic Ocean, I would cross the Great Red Sea, I go right on up there to big old Mount Sinai and get down on my knees. Oh yeah, I walk on up to Jerusalem. Oh, here I come. I'm gonna sit where my father sat, and I just wanna tell the Father that if I had a chance, listen y'all, if I had a chance to I'll be good this time, I'll be good this time, if I had a chance, just one more chance, if I had a chance, just one more chance. If I had a chance to see Jerusalem again, I swear, Lord, yes, I swear, I will praise your name. If I had a chance to see my land just one more time, Lord, I know that things would be better, and we could dwell there forever and ever. Oh, I will swim the Atlantic Ocean, I will cross the Great Red Sea, I go right on up there to big old Mount Sinai and get down on my knees. Oh yeah, I walk on up to Jerusalem. You better believe me. Hey, here I come. You better believe me. I'm gonna sit where where my father sat. And I just wanna tell the father that Father, we've been away a long, long, long time. We've been away a long time. We know we did wrong. We know we did wrong. Hey, we apologize. Oh man, with all our heart. We're coming to you on our bending, on our bending knees, begging you, please. To forgive us. Hey, if I had a chance, just give us one more chance. If I had a chance, you better believe me when I say it. You better believe it. This time. Hey, if I had a chance. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob I'm talking about. Let's give us one more chance. Just give us one more chance.